Hello, my name is Johannes, and this is my life design project, which doubles as my Eagle Scout project for the Boy Scouts of America. In this slideshow, I will give a quick introduction of my project and some requirements that the project was given. Next, I will talk about the project itself. After that, I'll go over the story of the project, and I'll finish on what I learned throughout working on this project. Now, before I start, I have some terms I'll be using throughout this slideshow. Eagle Scout. Eagle Scout is the highest rank one can earn through the Boy Scouts of America. The Boy Scouts of America is one of the largest youth organizations in the state. Next, an Eagle Scout project, which is a necessary requirement to obtain Eagle Scout rank. Finally, outdoor classroom. An outdoor classroom is a classroom placed in the outdoors that is designed to incorporate nature and environmental science into the classroom. First, introduction. This project is my Eagle Scout project for an old school of mine. This school is Unity Charter School. This project consists of two mobile whiteboards that are suitable for the outdoors and will complete their current outdoor classrooms. Unity Charter School's current outdoor classrooms currently consist of just seating and nothing else. So this project will help the teachers be able to teach the students while helping the students appreciate nature and develop a better connection with the outdoors. Next, the project has these three following requirements. It must be mobile. It must be able to stay outdoors without significant damage, and it must be light for the teacher to move when necessary, for the teacher to move the board when necessary. These requirements were given to me by the school itself, Unity Charter School. Here are some photos of my design. These photos consist of two cabinet-like doors, one on each side of the whiteboard. All of this on top of a sturdy base with wheels. However, these photos do not show that behind these cabinet doors, a transparent plastic frame will be surrounding the whiteboard. This plastic frame will allow the teachers to slide the whiteboard in and out of the structure, as it would not be financially viable to have a whiteboard the board, constantly in the structure, as the board would be too expensive, as it would have to be made completely out of steel and would not be able to be made out of melamine, which is currently what most boards are made out of. But the design would also be too heavy for it to be mobile. The reason why the backing of the board could not be made out of melamine is because melamine would absorb the moisture if it rains, which would end up destroying the board. Now, onto the story. The story starts with my first counselor, Mr. Weber, who is an assistant scoutmaster in my troop. An assistant scoutmaster is an adult leader who helps the scoutmaster, the primary leader of the troop, with managing the troop. However, a assistant scoutmaster is not fully responsible for the troop. Mr. Weber provided me with several readjustments of my original idea and helped me through my Eagle Scout project proposal. The Eagle Scout project proposal is a proposal that you have to fill out and get approved with three signatures, one by the project beneficiary, one by your scoutmaster of the troop, and one by a council approved Eagle advisor. This project proposal needs to be completed before any fundraising or any work can be done on the project itself. After working with Mr. Weber, I sent the I sent the proposal with all of his suggestions added to my scoutmaster, who then approved the project. Then I went to the project beneficiary, and after Unity Charter School looked the project over, they had a representative of the school sign my proposal. Finally, I went on to the council approved Eagle advisor. To do this, I had to go to the council advancement chair, which is Mr. Swanson. Once Mr. Swanson looked the project over, he gave me some tips and some minor readjustments for me to add to the proposal. And once they added those, Mr. Swanson approved it and sent it to a Eagle advisor. That Eagle advisor was Mr. Benson. Finally, I worked with Mr. Benson and got it fully approved. Here's a photo of the advisor fully approving my project and giving me the three signatures, or the last of the three signatures. Once the project was fully approved, I started a GoFundMe with the goal of $1,500. As of right now, $675 have been raised. So finally, what did I learn while working on this project? Well, I learned how to pivot ideas and how to continue on pursuing the same goal, despite obstacles I could not overcome. I learned that as my original I learned this as my original idea for this project was the cob bench. Cob is essentially a material made out of mud, clay, and straw. However, the more I looked into this, I realized that cob is extremely difficult to apply properly, the difficulties of applying old cob to new cob, and there were so many other different issues that it just became too complex, and I personally did not feel comfortable using it as my project. Next, I learned how to manage my time more efficiently and how to balance my schedule, as well as how to trade off and focus on what's important rather than the minor details, focusing more on schoolwork and the project rather than what color is the whiteboard going to be, for example. I also learned how to balance feedback and take others' opinions into account, and not be discouraged by them. Thank you for watching my slideshow. Here's the link for the GoFundMe if you're interested.